First question, please, Farid Khan.
Hey, Usman, you had a very good start to this year as well. You already have scored 4 Test hundreds, and you're the first batter since Steve Smith and David Warner for Australia to do that since 2017. Tell us about your overall series. How good was it for you yourself? And were you actually expecting such a good series when you came about here in Pakistan?
You can never get too far ahead of yourself in cricket. I was batting well, but I never, 200s, a couple of 90s. Look, I'm very grateful. I'm pretty tired right now, so I'm a bit down, a bit tired, but like it's very grateful. We weren't sure whether we were going to come to Pakistan at some stage, and then we have, and it's been a really good series. I obviously enjoyed batting out here, so that's been fun. But yeah, you can never expect these things. You just hope that you train hard, do the process well long enough, and then you can actually try to achieve what I have over the last couple of weeks.
Mel Farrell, please.
Thanks, Brian. Hi, Uzi. All the way through this series, you guys have talked about it being a 15-day series, and 14 have gone. You've got 1 left to do it in. Can you just talk us through the chat around that declaration, the task you've set for yourself? And is this basically an ultimate expression of faith in the bowlers and what they may or may not be able to do on the last day?
Look, it's going to be very hard to bat on the last day. I batted out there today. The wicket is starting to roll. Once that ball gets off, it starts reversing for us. If we can get it reversing like we did in the first innings, like Pakistan have done all game, then we're right in this contest. Really, really hard to score against the pace bowlers. And I think our pace bowlers will probably bowl a little bit more tomorrow, and then when they do, the scoreboard will automatically shut down. So I'm not really too worried about Pakistan sort of chasing the total. I mean, it's very possible. It's always anything's possible, but if we bowl consistently well, it's a very hard wicket to actually push the scoreboard and move forward, because as soon as you try, the wickets, there's a lot of cracks running through it. You see Nathan today, and the spinners were all spinning a fair bit. It's rough on both sides of the wicket. Day 5 wicket, I feel like this is a tougher wicket than what Karachi was. So fingers crossed, if we do everything right tomorrow, we could probably be right a sniff to win this test match. And look, if Pakistan can win this test match, and that's off to it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the 5th day. It's what you want test cricket to be. All opportunities are remaining. Pakistan winning, us winning. The draw. It's a good place to be.
Bharat Sundaresan, please.
Thanks, Brian. Hey, Usman, just on Steve Smith at slip, there were around 3 balls have just gone past his left hand, or 3 catches in this game, and I saw he just put an arm around him after the last one. Is it just like his positioning, or is it just the inconsistent pace of the pitch that's kind of getting the better of him?
No, look, as a fellow first slipper to spin, I feel there for Queensland and have for many years. It's an odd one, because you normally ball spinning away, you very rarely get beat on the inside like Steve Smith has a couple of times. Probably the only one when Nathan Lyon's bowling, you probably want to be as inside as possible, because that's probably where the catch was, and he might have missed one there inside the first innings. But I mean, it's not easy out there. The balls are coming fast. He has to stand up, because if the ball comes off the front foot here, it's not really carrying off the wicket. So no, look, he's been a terrific fieldsman for such a long time. I hope things will turn around. If there's anyone who's going to take a specky day 5, it's Steve Smith. So he works as hard as anyone on their fielding. So I'm not really sure. Sometimes it can be very hard. Balls out here not coming, flying to his left, flying to his right. Hopefully tomorrow's a day.
If I could just slip one more. Sorry, Brian. Okay, fine.
Andrew?
Oh, sorry, I got lost in the mix there. Just on that, Usman, you've obviously you say you've fielded a slip a lot, especially with Mitch Swepson bowling for Queensland, and Steve wouldn't have seen a lot of leg spin in Test cricket for quite a few years. Is there a case for you to pull rank and try and get in there, or and maybe give your feet a rest, seeing you've been on the field for pretty much every over of this entire series?
No, I like that, man. So maybe you can talk to Smudge and work your magic, but I don't think that's happening. Vice versa, he's done a lot to Nathan Lyon. So, and he missed a couple that went by him against Nathan. Look, it's one of those things. It's quite tough fielding the slips in Pakistan. The ball just stays really low. They come fast. You have to be up and close. So I have done a lot to Mitch. Taking a lot of catching on Schweppo, but Steve Smith is a quality slipper. So we have full confidence. He's one of the best fielders in the world. Has been for a long time. So I've never asked this.
Tom Decent, please.
Hey, Usman. Just wondering how Mitch Swepson's going. Obviously, you know him better than anyone in that team. He's bowled sort of 70-odd overs without taking a pole. How's his morale, and what would you like to see from him tomorrow? That could shape as a pretty big day for him and Nath Lyon.
No, look, Schwepper's a very confident fella. He's done this a million times. You know, they can come thick and fast. You know, the Pakistanis have played it very well. He's had a couple of chances missed too, which always sucks for him. But you know, Lyon's bowled really well, and the pace bowlers will be doing their thing. It's all about him just being patient, working in partnership, not trying too hard. As soon as you try too hard out there, it's probably the only time you actually get hurt. So I'm sure he wants to go out and take a bag full, but the process doesn't really change. So I've seen Mitch bowl some unbelievable spells in Queensland, in Australia, where the wickets aren't nearly as conducive as these ones. So Test cricket's never easy. It's the second test. He's a world-class bowler. The best leg spinner I've played with personally. So things never are so black and white and easy, especially when you come to Test cricket. Fingers crossed tomorrow you can play a big role.
We've got time for 3 more questions now. Rana Sajid, Adris Malik and Amir Malik. So Rana Sajid, first of all, please.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम उस्मान राना साजिद 7 न्यूज़ चैनल लाहौर से। सबसे पहले तो आपने 496 रन स्कोर किए, 496 हाईएस्ट स्कोर टेकर हैं, और पिंडी और कराची में खेलने के बाद आप अब लाहौर में खेल रहे हैं। कितना एंजॉय कर रहे हैं इस सीरीज को, और लाहौरी फैंस के लिए कोई पैगाम देना चाहेंगे? थैंक यू।
Look, I'm enjoying the series a lot. I guess the fans have been great. They're right from the very start. Fans have been outstanding. I think they're a very welcoming crowd. Found subcontinent in general. They love their cricket in subcontinent. Always very welcoming. I think Australia, some of the Australian crowd will learn a bit from that too. It's a thing. It's been very enjoyable for Australians to come out here and play cricket. I know I can speak for everyone saying that. Everything's been top notch. We couldn't have asked for more, if I'm being honest. The guys were a little bit apprehensive before they came to Pakistan. And obviously, I think those have been squashed. They've loved every minute of it. So, looking forward to many tours to Pakistan again in the future, or whether it's Australia or other teams that are going to come out here, because it's a very, very great. It's a good place to play cricket.
Adris Malik, please.
Thank you, Brian. Usman, was it pre-planned? I mean to say, was there any discussion between captain and you before coming for the second innings, or it was a sudden decision to declare? And do you think there is a need to add 30, 40 more runs?
We'll find out tomorrow. Personally, I think we declared at the right time. I'm always of the belief that you want to leave yourself more time and not run out of time, rather than trying to be too worried about them scoring the runs. They've started well today. They played really well, but I mean, it's not easy out there. So they have to do it again for the whole 90 overs. I think, looking at the run rates that have gone through the whole test match, it's been very hard to push the run rate forward in this test match. And they've still got another high 200s to still chase. So it's not going to be, 250, 260. It's not going to be easy out there either way. I think if you can apply enough pressure, take a few wickets, anything can happen. I still believe that we're in a very good position.
Was it pre-planned? We will declare it on 350.
Thank you very much. Amir Malik, please.
Thanks, Brian. Hey, Usman, congratulations on your son. What do you think will be key in taking early wickets tomorrow morning?
It's not so much about early wickets. I think the key would be to stay patient. That ball will start shifting. It's very abrasive wicket. The ball will start reversing. Once it does, it's just going to get harder and harder to score. I know being out there, the easiest time to score was the first 30 overs, and we saw that already while they've been batting out there. And it's just going to get harder and harder. Ball's going to soften up. It's going to stay low. This is the lowest wicket I've ever played on in my life. Just felt like my pad was going to get blown off, or the ball was going to go through and hit my stumps. So I think you've probably seen the easiest part of the batting up to now. I think it's just going to get harder. So if we stay patient, grind away for long enough, I think we'll have a lot of opportunities tomorrow personally. And if we don't, Pakistan play well, then you have to keep just staying patient, keep doing the process over and over again. Not try to chase the game. If you try to chase the game, that's when you probably will get in trouble. So we've got an excellent bowling attack. And I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
No worries. Thanks, Usman.
Everyone. Thank you. Take care.